first few months have been great. I think the first couple of weeks were really exciting because we were just tour guides, and because the first team didn't move in until after that period, we found ourselves just getting all the kids in, all the parents in, taking them down all the areas that are probably a bit more secure in the building, the first team dressing room, the medical room, places like that we wanted them to see, because this is where we want them to try and aim to be.
It's good for us as coaches to go, that's where we want you to go, that's where you come here, you've got everything here, there's no excuses, there's hardly ever going to be any call-offs at training, there's no dogs, you know what, lying about the place, we're not having to pull people off a pitch. I mean, everything's ready to go for them, there's no excuses, it's just down to them wanting to work hard and be determined to be footballers.
As you say, how important is it for the kids when they come in after school, they come in the same door as the first team, their changing room's kind of just as you come in, but they know that their end goal is just at the end of the corridor, that's where the first team changing room is and that's where they want to get to.
Yeah, they've got to get through that secure door first. And you kind of see the excitement when they go to do their sports science work with our sports science team, because they use the gym area and everything's specific to the age and stage of the child's development. But when they go down to the corridor and they get through there, you can see the excitement. That says the first team, there's the manager's door. You know, this is where people get treated, this is the performance lab. So you can see the excitement building when they go through. So I think it's just, they are where professional footballers are going to be built, I guess. And we're trying to build the foundations at the youngest age and let them progress through the academy environment. And I think every member of staff here is a guide in helping that individual do that.
What more motivation do you need than coming and training at the same place as the first team do every day?
And that's what you said there is, I think there's been a few times where the managers had the boys in later on, the first team boys, and because their changing rooms are not too far away from each other, they're getting a glimpse of the first team players, they're seeing the manager, and that's brilliant for them. I mean, they're seeing people that they want to be, they're seeing their heroes. And it can only be good. And the manager's been out here 2 or 3 times. I've stood here myself and spoke to him about different guys that have been playing in my team, or boys that have been in other sessions that he's been at. So the manager's seen this, and it's stuff that he wouldn't have seen before.
This is the year where we've been the most organised, which is great for us, because at the end of year awards night, we actually announced a tournament, international tournament, that was at every single age group. And like this year, we've turned down more tournament offers than we've accepted. So it's growing, it'll always get better. We've got to look at what tournament is right for our players now. Whereas 5 years ago, it was, we've got an invite, we need to maybe take it. Whereas now we think, well, what does that age group need? What do the individuals in there need? You know, what we're going to get from that tournament. So it's nice that we've got the flexibility to have a bit of choice now. It's everything we want. It's everything that we want to see here, we want to take away. And, you know, I've got, my wife has friends who are teachers, and you know, in primary schools and secondary schools, and they often say, it must be a nightmare going away with the kids, you know, to these countries. It's the total opposite. I mean, we do staff them well, don't get me wrong, but because the foundations and the groundwork's put in place here, when you go away, they're quite proud to represent the club. So we wouldn't expect anything less. I mean, don't get me wrong, they've got a lot to lose if they were going somewhere and they're going to misbehave or disrespect the organisers, or, you know, you say the people who are serving our food, and yeah, there's a consequence to that. So you tend to find that all we're doing is just guiding them through the trip and hoping that we can perform well. I mean, I think the discipline at the players in the older ends of the academy now, the sort of 14s, 15s, 16s, I see them really focused going. So I see them eating, drinking well. When they get there at night, the captain will normally say, right, there's the phones, take the phones in, because we don't want to be looking at them at night. We want them back, you know, tomorrow during a break at this time, and they just get their head right on it. And there's little patterns emerging now that when they do that and they perform well, or they get a good memory from the trip because they maybe get a good win against somebody, or a top performance against one of the best academies in the world, then they want to do it again. And it's just about letting these guys learn from themselves a little bit, but also sometimes you've got to accept that they will make mistakes and they won't perform, but it's then teaching them why and how we can be better.
Real
almost envious that you didn't have this when you were a player.
Massively. I tell the same story all the time. It was when I moved up when I was 16, when I signed full time. One of the big talking points was that the club were thinking about getting a training ground, and that was going to be the big push and everything. And like I say, that was 1996, so we're now a good few years on, and we've finally got it. And to be part of the academy coaching, which I'm thankful for to be in and involved in, it's great for me to come and be able to do this. And I mean, the boys think I'm kidding when I tell them that we were every day, we were somewhere else for training, we were over there. We'd spent 2 days at the army barracks, and that was dug up, so we had to then go to Seaton Park, and we had to lift goals over certain fences and things we shouldn't have been doing, but we did. And that was just to get a training session, and that was the first team. So now they've got it at aged 9, 10, 11, all the way up, facilities like this, and we're over the moon we've got it. We know a hell of a lot of Premier League clubs are jealous of us, and like I said, it's been a long time coming, but we're glad we've got it now.
Because this building's so new, there's still not a great deal on the walls in terms of branding, because we've got to let everything settle. But what I was really encouraged by was that the values that existed in the corridors in the main stand, the 11 personality values that an Aberdeen staff member or Aberdeen footballer stands for, have all been replicated here. So as you walk through the door in the corridor, the first one that you see is family, because we all know what this club stands for is about the family values, and then you work down whether it's leadership, whether it's been innovative. All the different ones that we have, I think the kids have got to see them. They've got to see the level of respect and see Teddy Scott, and sometimes learn and read a little bit about that, or read about Bobby Clark and these guys that are up on the wall down that corridor. That's important. So no, I think these values are massively important, and it's what we've got to make sure we maintain in this environment. Now we've moved away from the various other places we trained or from Pittodrie Stadium.